Yeah. All right, cool. So we're live. Is the Rails 5 TDD Mob, and Ryder, you were just asking me.
TDD.
So the question was about like if TDD or BDD leads to good architecture.
That is the question.
Cool.
Does BDD lead to good architecture?
And my first response was, of course, and then I blumbled through an explanation that something to do with, you know, taking a step back and thinking about things at a higher level and what exactly do I want the program to be able to do, and then writing tests for it. And you were going to expose me to two opposite opinions about.
Yes, I was going to socialize you to two opposite opinions.
Awesome.
Held by you know, very opinionated people in our field. So, and you'll be able to Google these easily.
Yep.
Should you choose to do so.
Yep.
But one of these is an opinion piece by Daniel Heinemeier Hansen, right, the creator of Rails.
Yep.
And he says that TDD leads to bad architecture.
Really?
And he says the reason why TDD leads to bad architecture is because there is nothing in that workflow, in that process, which is actually concerned with architecture at all. If your only concern is like these little chunks of functionality or at a higher level BDD, you know, behavior, there's actually nothing there to constrain your architecture in positive, beneficial ways. This is his opinion piece. You can go out there and read it. And the opposing opinion piece written as a rebuttal by Uncle Bob is that architecture is not a responsibility of TDD or BDD. That is a responsibility of the engineers developing the product, and they have to make that investment. That was never intended as TDD's job. That will never be TDD's job. It is a workflow that, when used in tandem with sound architectural planning and these tight agile feedback loops, will lead to resilient, robust, maintainable systems. But you can go out and read those if you're curious. I found it really interesting reading both of those articles.
Yeah, it's definitely. Who is Uncle Bob? Sorry?
Uncle Bob is Uncle Bob Martin, the author of Clean Code and one of the original authors of the Agile Manifesto.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. He came and gave a talk at Salesforce probably like a year and a half ago now. It was a really good talk.
Nice. So.
And he signed my Clean Code book.
Nice. Did you see that they're doing a book club now at AV?
So the AV book club has been a thing for a while, hasn't it?
I'm not sure. Maybe.
I might be thinking of the AV podcast. Are those two separate things?
I don't know. I haven't heard of either one of us.
Oh, well, great. I mean, well,
now the book club,
educate each other.
The refactoring.
I love that book. When are they doing it?
They are doing it on, I believe they're doing it on Thursdays. So they did, yes. I think, if I'm not mixing up my days, I think they did yesterday. And it was at the same time that I'm not sure if they're doing it every day or they're every week, or Refactoring Book Club, Thursday, 9th of August at 5 p.m. UTC.
Okay.
I wanted to make it to one, but I guess I haven't yet because I don't have the book, although maybe it would be easy to get, and also because
easy to get.
I was also like, I've been doing some, like today as well. We're gonna do in a little over an hour from now. I have a pairing session with Mike Ono from who is one of the guys who's joining. You might have met him maybe when you joined the weekend collaboration. I can't remember if he was but he's going through the CS 169 course, and I suggested that there's a 2 or 3 website 1 beginner friendly issues that can be worked on, and I thought about just grabbing him and working on him, but then I took a step back and thought maybe it's better to see if I can get someone else to pair with me on it, and so the website 1 beginner friendly pairing sessions were born out of that. So, and that was
Nice.
at the same time as yesterday. So,
Right on.
because yeah, it's like 2 o'clock my time is 8 o'clock
Yeah,
in Kenya.
I'd be interested in doing one of those.
Cool. Nice. So I know you have a little bit of limited time, and if I'm gonna have lunch before, I didn't realize it. Yeah, if I'm gonna have lunch before the pairing, should we have a look at where we are? Like, I mean, maybe
Sure,
maybe
yeah.
we'll actually get a lot of coding done. Maybe I could just show you what we did last week and get your opinion on things.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Let
don't
me,
know.
yeah, no, I mean, here's one of the reasons I'd love to dig into that issue thing, right? So one of the areas I felt really confident when I was getting out of boot camp, right, about just being able to go and grab some little set of requirements and build some little MVP thing. For the past 2 years, I've, you know, a lot of my time has been devoted to working, maintaining, and building out a really old and convoluted legacy system.
Mhm.
And so I've lost, you know, that edge as far as being able to just pick something and scrap something out. I feel like I've lost that edge. And it's one of the things that makes me think, oh, you know, some consultancy work, I might not be remiss, you know, trying to get something like that going. And it's also an area where I have the least confidence. And I do feel that your confidence in an area is so important to your output, to your performance. So that is one thing I'd like to spend some time doing, is just picking up some little things and, you know, just running them in, you know, and not being as scared of like this giant thing where I have to really know everything before I make any change, because there's not coverage and it could break.
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking on that, like I'm working on an issue with Website One that if you'd like to pair on, I would, that would be great.
Yeah,
That is,
totally.
I feel like it's kind of a big issue or a big task, but I guess all that is based on perspective, and but it's to do with like redesigning the project's index page, and in redesigning it, like there is some stuff that's to do with the design. There's a wireframe that was created recently by another AV community member who is in Pacific Standard Time, so isn't, and working like volunteer after jobs, and so hasn't actually joined in the scrums and stuff like that, but has created a wireframe and some user stories as well to do with that. And then like we started with doing like a searching, being able to filter out projects based on their technology stack.
Mm-hmm.
And then so that functionality is working, although I did ask for some feedback on my approach to that, and I'm kind of waiting to, well, I got some feedback, but also more feedback would be you know, would be great. And then I moved on to like doing some designing stuff, and then I've just recently I'm organizing English Hack Night as part of Ruby Floripa with with developers here in Florianopolis.
Yeah, that sounds really good.
We did some, I mean, I guess I won't explain everything right now, but the point is there's like right now I get the next thing I wanted to do on it was to be able to interact with the GitHub API to grab the technologies directly from GitHub and populate the database with that. So yeah, and then there's other stuff to do about sorting it based on different criteria and being able to have like a tab to look at active and inactive projects and that kind of stuff. So yeah, if you're interested.
Yeah, sorry, it's a little hard for me to multitask. Somebody at the co-working space just pinged me saying like, actually, they actually pinged me 8 minutes ago. I just only noticed now to say, hey, could you get a room for your call? The space that I'm in, Matt, is understood to be a social space where, you know, people can be talking and there can be noise and all these things. I guess he's just one of the proprietors of the space, and I guess he was just concerned about the level of the noise that we're kind of busy up front or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Although, as you can hear through my microphone, I'm really the only one being noisy.
Yeah, I was wondering. I can't remember now if you were using headphones before or not, but if not, then it could have been me. For I have quite a loud voice.
Oh yeah, no, I do too. I was using headphones. And I know I told you Daniel Heinemeier Hansen. That's incorrect. It's David. Most people just call him DHH.
Yeah, yeah. I actually wrote down DHAs here.
Oh, okay, right
on. So yeah. Anyways, like just to yeah, that's a project. That's something that I'm working on that would be great if you wanted to help out with that. And also,
what's that one again?
It's to do with the project's index redesign.
Okay. Yes.
The website one. So it's like redesigning it to be able to for people to be able to. So the searching for by technology stack, the I guess is in place, except for needs to be changed, updated. And also, I guess I wouldn't call it a blocker because I haven't actually started working on it. But the big thing I'm trying to understand is being able to interact with the GitHub API to be able to grab in the technologies straight from the GitHub API and then use that to populate the database.
Okay.
And then I've gotten the infinite scroll to work, but it probably needs to be refactored.
Okay.
And then there's also the
why do you say that?
It seems a bit dirty to me. I mean, I could show you what I'm talking about. Like, and also,
I trust your instincts.
I think that it's not working exactly the way it should because I'm using like a javascript.erb file, and that is handling two different things. It's handling like the infinite scrolling, and it's also handling the searching for to replace the project list with the filtered project list. And so the infinite scrolling is working when you have all the projects, but when you search for just like Ruby on Rails projects, for example, it just populates it with every Ruby on Rails project on the page instead of like having 9 and then you scroll down and then it's replaced. The pagination is replaced with 9 more, and then you scroll down and also I need to actually double check like the infinite scrolling. It seems to me like the infinite scrolling maybe is not pulling just the second page, but maybe pulling more than just the second page when you scroll down. So yeah, it's passing all the tests, but I'm not happy with it.
Well, I mean, if it's passing all the tests and it's not meeting requirements, it means the test coverage is inadequate. And the requirements here are the user experience requirements, right?
Yeah. And it's, I mean, I guess when I say it's passing all the tests, I should clarify that by saying that I didn't add any tests. Well, actually, I added one test that was failing, that was to do with pagination, and I replaced it with a test to test that when the person scrolls down, the projects are added there. But I haven't. The test coverage is not adequate in the sense that I haven't tested like taken projects that should be on the third page and make sure that the user can't see them when they scroll down the first time.
Right.
So yeah.
So just and that speaks to the behavior you were describing, where you thought it might be pulling back more than one page, and just verifying that when you hit the bottom of the page, you pulled back exactly one page.
Yeah,
and not more and not less.
Exactly. Yeah. And just that in general. And then also there's the whole being able to so there's several different tickets GitHub issues that this is in incorporating, and there are some, I guess it predates more than 2 years ago, or at least 2 years ago. So yeah, I mean, I would love to be able to like close it out, like, and get a PR in that's merged in. and so part of that is like being able to sort based on different criteria. Like right now, it's just like the projects index page has the projects with the I'd have to check it, but like it has like the ones that have been updated the most recently on GitHub, and that's the only way that you can sort, you know, the only way that you can see the projects. Whereas like there are some people who are like, hey, why don't we have a sort by most, you know, newest projects, for example, for people who want to see the newest projects first and they want to be able to help out with the newest, or for the ones with the most members, or the different things like that.
So there's no sort UI elements right now?
No.
Gotcha.
And also on the wireframe as well that Lena did for us. She had a couple really good ideas with being able to. So right now you can, in the new branch that I've done, you can search by technology stack, but you can't search by things that are non-technical skills. So she, for example, she doesn't. She's. I don't want to say she doesn't have technical skills, because that's probably not accurate, but she is more interested in helping out with things that are non-technical skills, like wireframing, for example. And she wants to be able to search projects based on that.
Yeah.
So, and also be able to see active and inactive projects.
I see. I see. Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, active and inactive projects. Is there like a Boolean flag on the project model right now, or is that something where we'd have to determine what the criteria is ourselves for an active versus an inactive project?
I mean, if you go to the production, there is a field that has status. So yeah, I think that's, yeah, there is a status field.
There's a status field. Okay, and right, there's just a lot of discovery that needs to be done here in terms of scoping these changes.
Yeah, and maybe it could have been broken up into smaller PRs that could get pushed in faster.
Well, you've identified separate concerns. So for me, separate concerns should be separate. I mean, unless somehow those concerns are all related in like a domain object or a feature or something. And that feature is sufficiently bite-sized, those separate concerns should be broken out into their corresponding tickets.
Yeah, which is something I haven't done, and maybe I should have done before now, but maybe even saying that, like, maybe could be done before moving on to other things, you know, like just so yeah. I mean, just some general like help on that would be great if you're interested. And
yeah, I'd be happy to.
It also, like to what you said earlier, like you said you'd be interested in joining the beginner friendly sessions that we're having. Those, yeah. So far, it's just been Mike and I, and we're kind of meeting almost every day, really.
Oh, that's awesome! Yeah,
yeah, it's been good.
But, yeah, no, that's great. I mean, I'll leave that to to Mike's Mike's discretion, whether he wants to, because I know I already joined you guys the other day for half an hour or so a couple Saturdays ago, and it's no offense to me if he'd rather keep those to pairs.
I mean, I think that the idea, like when we started it, like I don't know if you probably haven't been since the last time I saw you 10 minutes ago. But like I put, so we're creating like public events, and we're inviting everyone. So yeah, like you would definitely be included in the everyone. And like, I guess as far as managing things when they inevitably get bigger and more people join, I guess the only way I've thought about that is just trying to do it where we switch drivers and have everyone involved. But like when it's him and I, like I've been just, he's been doing the all like kind of the driving. Just if I like want to show him something, then he'll pop over and look at my terminal or whatever. But he's been doing the driving and putting in the PRs and started, just
that sounds awesome. Hey, I got a call and I gotta go, but I'll send you a ping. Yeah, cheers.
Cool. Thank you. See you soon.